I truly feel everyone who games has that one game that changed them forever. It's not necessarily your favorite game or the game you consider to be the best at its genre. That game that made you love video games and shaped the gamer that you would be forever. For me, that game is Pokemon Blue. Now, Pokemon Blue and Gen 1 as a whole is not my favorite in the series. Gen 4 is to this day my favorite. Gen 1 has its flaws. I don't pretend they're not there. But, it's the time period that the games came out and the age I was at the time. I was just about to turn 9 years old when Pokemon came out. And this was my generation's Mario Mania. This was my generation's Pac-Man fever. And on a personal note, it's weird to talk about now, but my parents' divorce at the time was still relatively fresh in my life, and it was an escape for me, you know? Now for me, my introduction to Pokemon, I think I remember seeing commercials on TV, and honestly, I kind of thought, that looks kind of dumb. I don't know why, it didn't seem like it appealed to me, and then I saw the anime for the first time, and I really liked the idea of this world where, young kids got to go out into the world, catch monsters, battle them, and this is just what they did. And that's when I found out there's also video games. I don't know why I didn't realize from the trailers that, these were video games, but I'm like, I love this show, let's get the game. Pokemon was my introduction to RPGs. So like I said, at this point, going into a video game, I was Mario, I was Sonic, I was Donkey Kong. I named my character. This wasn't some other hero, this was me, going off on my own journey. It is a feeling in gaming I have been chasing since I was 9 years old, and I have never been able to recapture that feeling. And more so, it was a social thing. You hear people talking about, what Zelda was when it first came out. That's what Pokemon was. Your friends telling you where certain Pokemon were, that in red version you could only catch these things, while in blue versions you could catch these things. Having to find someone to help you get all the starter Pokemon, to get the evolutions, to get the other fighting type you would get at the fighting type gym. Pokemon was a social experiment that all the kids in school got together over, and it was amazing until we were told, you weren't allowed to bring your Pokemon cards to school anymore. Story for another time. There is so much I would love to get into about this, what Pokemon meant to me when it came out. And I think I will do that someday. I pushed myself, and I don't have the time to do it right now, unfortunately, because I'm trying so hard to get this video out before the actual Let's Play starts. Guys, Pokemon is one of the most, if not the most, important video game franchise in my life. And even though the modern games just don't feel like they're for me anymore, and that's something else I'll touch on someday, the memories will last forever, and the impact these games have had on me is always going to stay with me. So that's why, I've said it already, you guys knew this was coming, Let's Play 50. For the second time in my life, I'm completing the Gen 1 Pokedex. Let's do this.